Hey, it's Emily and this is going to be a reading vlog, slightly different one, where Chloe from Chloe Reads Books has picked the books I'll be reading. So if you haven't seen my TBR game video for at the start of this month for September, then basically Chloe has picked 3 books. I did a whole reaction kind of clip in my TBR game video. She's basically picked 3 books from my TBR that fit prompts for her readathon this month, which is the Vampire Diaries readathon, and I'm going to be reading them in this vlog, and hopefully in the future I can get more of my booktube friends involved with this sort of mini series that I might start. The aim is to do it every other month, but we'll see how it goes. But so if you haven't seen that video, I'll just quickly go through the books that she picked. We have Margot and Me by Juno Dawson, A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro, and Starry Eyes by Jen Bennett. All have been on my TBR a very long time, and yeah, they all they all fit different prompts for the Vampire Diaries readathon, and I am slightly behind on that. I need to finish a book tomorrow to stay on track, so whichever one I pick first, which I know which one it is, I'm gonna have to read very quickly to stay on track or get back on track. So here we have it. And the book that I'm going to be picking first is Margot and Me by Juno Dawson. I did download the audiobook the other day because I was not on holiday, I was on a work trip in Edinburgh, and I thought I didn't have a book to read. I thought I'd finished and run out of books, so I quickly, before we left, downloaded the audiobook for this because I knew it was on my TBR, but then it turns out I was fine. But I now have the audiobook on Audible for this, so I'm going to start this one next, or first. Chloe does have sprints tonight, which I'm going to start this in, or maybe before, I don't know. It's currently just before 5 o'clock, and Rachel's got her premiere for the Magical Hopathon, sorry, video, so I'm going to watch that, and then I'm going to jump into this for Chloe's sprints at 6, and hopefully make a large dent in this tonight. So this is a historical fiction, so it's going to fit the Salvatore House prompt, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, so I don't really remember what this is about. I remember it's about a girl and her grandma called Margot, but I guess we'll find out when I get to this, and I'll keep you updated on my thoughts throughout. I have read a few books from Juno Dawson before. I'm trying to think. Hollow Pike, Cruel Summer, I've read kind of more of her backlist. I haven't read any of her real new stuff. One of my favourites is, what's it called, Say Her Name. So yeah, definitely I've read more of her older stuff than her newer writing. But yeah, I'm excited to get this one. And I feel like this is one that's never mentioned as a Juno Dawson book. So yeah, can't wait to jump on into these now. Hopefully you'll enjoy this vlog, and thank you again to Chloe for picking these for me. Hello, so it's the next day. It is, yeah, the 18th of September. I am about halfway. Am I exactly? No, I'm 179 pages into 401, so just short of halfway. And I don't know how I'm feeling about this. Sorry, Chloe. It's okay. Okay, actually I'm not really vibing with it. And I don't know if that's the fault of the audiobook narrator because she's reading it really immaturely, but then I don't know, maybe it's just the writing, it feels really mature. I don't actually know how old the main character's meant to be. I should probably find that out because it was probably mentioned and I just didn't, you know, process that information. She's acting really, really young, and now there's some things happening in the plot and I'm like, please, can this not be developed like as a storyline? Like, I can't, no. I'm more enjoying the flashbacks, or not the flashbacks, so basically what it's about. Margot was an evacuee during the First World War, and Fliss finds her like diary from that time and she starts reading it, and I'm really enjoying the reading of the grandma's part, like the Margot's diary entries. That's quite interesting, but then I just find Fliss so mature and just really grating, and she's acting like a spoiled brat. I'm intrigued to continue reading on, so I'm not gonna like give up. I kind of want to see where it goes, but I'm not that invested, I can't lie. It's definitely something that I'm probably gonna unhaul after reading. Like I keep saying, this is confirming how I'm just moving out of YA. I'm not so much into teen and fiction anymore. But just trying to get them off my TBR. Sorry, my bunny is just chilling on the bed. He's just been like digging around under the blanket. He's just been like climbing under it and everything, and he's now having a snooze, like literally, if you can see his eyes. Anyway, But yeah, that's my little update. I'm going to continue to read this. Today Chloe's got some Patreon sprints tonight, but I might not catch them because it's the start of Freshers Week. Sort of. I mean, it's Monday and Saturday was the start, but yeah, that's it. Well, look, I didn't even realise you could still see him. I'm going to make a cup of tea, I think. Keep working for another hour and a half or so. And yeah, just blasting the audiobook on in the background. I think I've got about 2.5 hours of the audiobook left on the speed I'm on. So I won't be able to finish it before I go out tonight, but maybe tonight when I get back in. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know what the plan is. I know that I have a meeting at 5:30, a meeting at 6, and then a meeting, then about 7:38ish I'm seeing a friend, but that will probably be for like a couple hours, if that. Like, anyway, I've been rambling. I'll catch up with you when I have something more to say about Margot and me. Hello, so it is, oh my voice went then. So it is a few days later, although the next day, the day after I filmed that last clip, I did finish Margot and Me. I banged it out in the office. I think I gave it 3.5 in the end. I just wasn't fussed by it. I found it really hard to gauge like the age of the character and like the target audience for this because it felt really immature at times, but then there were bits when I was like, that's not for a younger audience, but then it just felt very immature, like the writing, not the writing, but like the way the character was acting, etc. So I couldn't really tell if it was like what age it was for, but it was good, it was okay. I will probably unhauling this because I'm never going to reread it, and yeah, it was alright. I think I enjoyed it more as I went along, but I kind of, like I was saying before, I really enjoyed the like Margot's story, and which is weird because I don't read a lot of historical fiction, but obviously all the bits happened in like the 1940s. That was kind of like, you know, like in 1940, 1941, that was kind of the bits I enjoyed the most as opposed to Fliss's story in the current day. There are some sad bits. There's things in here that like I didn't know about going into it, and I sort of wish I did. But that's just me. It's not like a major issue or anything. It's just something in books that I don't necessarily vibe with at the moment. But I won't say because it's kind of like a spoiler. That's pretty much it I have to say about this one. It was just meh. I don't think I'll remember this book by any means. I kind of already had forgotten about it, and I suddenly realised I hadn't actually updated this vlog about this one. And so yeah, not ideal. It's nothing special. I'm going to take pictures now, put this on Vinted, and yeah, sell it because I have no real interest in rereading it, but it has kind of highlighted maybe I do like historical fiction more, because the fact that as a massive like contemporary reader, as you may have seen from like my like bookshelf tour, I have millions of books on my TBR that are contemporary romance that I really enjoy. The fact that I didn't enjoy the contemporary part of this, I enjoyed the historical aspect. That's maybe saying I should look into more maybe historical fiction, or actually pick up the historical fiction that I haven't read on my shelf, you know? So yeah, that's my little update. I haven't got much else to say. I don't know which one I'm going to be picking up next. I'm kind of leaning towards Starry Eyes, but I very equally could pick up A Study in Charlotte because they both are appealing to me right now, but I have started another book in the meantime since finishing this. I'm about halfway through Psycho, so I'm going to try and finish that today for Chloe's like 48-hour readathon, and then I'll pick up one of the other ones. But I've really slipped behind my TBR this month. I'm really falling behind. And I know why. I've been ill the last few days, which is why I haven't updated this vlog. I've had like a kind of coldy thing that's just not felt good. So I haven't wanted to pick up a camera at all. It's been really busy because it's been Freshers Week, and I've tried to go in when I can and help out at my old uni because I'm still part of the stage crew, and then I've just been really busy with work. I did 2 days in the office like normal, but obviously it's like an hour and 20, an hour and a half drive at the minute each way, so they're like becoming 12-hour days that I'm working. And then I had a work event in London, not yesterday, Thursday, and so I'm just so drained and really struggling to sleep at the minute. That doesn't matter. The fact is, maybe I need to not set such a big TBR for months, because at the start of September I set myself a TBR of 10 books because, you know, the 10 Prompts for a Vampire Diaries readathon. I normally read around 10 books a month, but I've only read 5 and it's the 23rd today. My reading has slacked and I'm just really struggling to physically read because I don't have time, so that's why I was relying on audiobooks, but then the rest of my TBR don't have audiobooks. I'll catch up with you later when I know what I'm going to read. Hello. So I have a bit of an update for you. So you know how I said in that last clip how I'll let you know when I pick what book I want to read next? Well, I picked and I finished it, so yeah. I did pick up Starry Eyes and I blasted through it so quickly. I just wasn't expecting to like not put it down. Like I kept meaning to update you and I just was too busy reading. And so I finished this in a couple sittings, but I read like 250 pages on Sunday and then yesterday I finished it off. Then I just was busy doing things with people around. Like I finished reading this with a friend over and then I've been busy since. So finally back from work, I can update you. Thank you, Chloe, for making me pick this up. I really enjoyed it. In case you can tell from picking it up and not putting it down, I really enjoyed this. It wasn't quite 5-star, but it was 4.5. So I'll take that. This is about two, I guess, used to be best friends, now worst enemies, these teenagers. They kind of go on this camping trip with friends. Something happens, ends up just the two of them and like camping, surviving out in the wild. They sort of hate each other, but yeah, and then it's just them going over stuff that they probably should have gone over a year ago. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So 4.5 stars, and I'm impressed because it's 421 pages and I read that in like a day and a half, so I'll take that as a win. So thank you, Chloe. And I know Chloe was probably, I mean I'm speaking on Chloe's behalf now, but I'm sure she's probably the most nervous for me to read this one because it's one of her favourite books of all time and absolutely adores it, so I'm glad I really enjoyed it too. It wasn't quite 5 stars because there was one character that felt just a bit too over the top. Like, she was meant to be irritable, but this was just a little too far for me. But once she wasn't in the picture anymore, I really loved it. So that's that one. I have no plans this evening apart from having dinner, so I'm going to pick up Slowly Charlotte. I read 1 page of this at work. I really got cut off by my phone then, but like I said, no plans tonight apart from having dinner with my housemates. My housemate is cooking, so I read 1 page of this at work. I'm going to continue reading it. I didn't realise it was from a male perspective. I think it is, judging by the first page. I don't know. Jamie Watson. For some reason I thought it was from Charlotte's perspective, but obviously it's not. It's by Jamie Watson. But I'm gonna literally have just walked in from work and I know I'm gonna crash in a minute. Like all my energy's gonna go because it's like a 12-hour day for work really. It's like 6:45 travelling for an hour and a half and then travelling home for an hour and a half at the end of the day again. So I'm tired, but I definitely want to start and make a dent into this, and I reckon I can do it. I reckon I could get at least a third of the way in tonight. She says maybe 100 pages, maybe not 100 pages actually, that's overthinking, but I reckon Starry Eyes is a nice YA romantic it's not romantic comedy, because I was trying to think of I nearly said rom-com, but it's romantic contemporary, I guess. Contemporary romance? I don't know, but yeah, that's my little update for this vlog. I promise I'll update better with the study in Charlotte. But yeah, and this was given to me by Lauren a while ago, so for Christmas. So yeah, finally getting around to it. Those are my 2 books and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Hello, so it is now Saturday, so I don't know, maybe like 4 days later since I last spoke to you, and my reading has not really progressed much. Sorry, I look a mess, just got out of the shower. Anyway, I am still reading this. However, I've read about 50 pages this morning and I'm only on page 84 and it's the 30th of September today. So in theory I need to get all this today, but I'm going out in about an hour and a half to a beer festival. So I don't think this is getting read before the end of September. Obviously, I'm still going to finish this vlog and read this, but it may not count towards the Vampire Diaries readathon. So we'll see. I'm not going to lie about it. Like if I finish it tomorrow, I'm not going to put it on the form for today. If that makes sense. Oh, I'm so tired. But yeah, it's taken me so long to read, and I try to like skim bits that aren't as interesting, but it's still, you know. I put on 2 ASMR videos. I got another one just about to start. One was an hour and I got about 20 minutes into another, so it's about an hour and 20 minutes of ASMR ambient videos. and I only read about 50 pages. So it's taken me a long time to read, but then I have, you know, I keep getting distracted. But I thought I'd do a little check-in to let you know that I'm failing, but it's okay. So actually, maybe I should give my thoughts on the book itself. So the book itself, I'm enjoying. It feels like a kind of normal, like almost like Truly Devious kind of esque school murder mystery for like teen YA. It's cool. I haven't actually read the, what's it called, the book that it's inspired, like not inspired on, but it's like a case that, like a Sherlock case, called The Adventures of the, it's to do with a snake. I haven't read that one. I don't know the plot, and that's what the plot of this one is. So I don't know if that helps or not. I have read A Study in Scarlet, but then it's not based on the Study of Scarlet book. So anyway, I'm gonna try to crack on and read a bit more now. So this is a very quick update, but I wanted to let you know that I am struggling to read. But tomorrow is the start of October, and I have some really fun spooky reads to read in the month. I'm so excited for my October TBR. If you saw that video, yeah, there's some fun books in there. Yeah, and also it's in October for 1 week. It's the Magical Hopathon Readathon, which I need to put up a video or something with my TBR in, because I was going to do a separate video and I realised it's like 2 books. So it's going to be a very, very short, maybe like a little bonus video, who knows. That's that one, and I should probably eat something before going to a beer festival, but we'll see. We'll see. But I'll catch up with you later at another point. So there's a huge fly that's just appeared in my room. There we go, stop buzzing. Anyway, thought I'd do a quick little check-in because my friend's coming in like 10 minutes. He came half an hour earlier than I was expecting, so I have had less time. And I've hung up my washing, done my makeup, all that jazz. But my little update, I got to page 110. So I read about like 30 more pages, so it's something. But there's no way this is getting read if I'm going to a beer festival. So I mean, the story stops like there, so it's like this bit doesn't count, but that is not happening today, which is very sad. So I know I got really cut off last night. Also, I just randomly scratched. Don't know why that's red. But yeah, I finally finished this. I've sat down and read. It's the next day, by the way. It's Sunday, so it's the 1st of October. Sadly, yeah, I didn't read anything last night. Even though I got back probably about 7ish, maybe 7:15. I then cooked dinner with my housemate and I read, I think, 8 pages before bed. And then, so I was on page 118 this morning. Just finished it. It's 321 pages and it's like, I don't even know what the time is now. I have no concept of time. I got out the house early today. I say early, I was in Lidl as soon as it opened, but just buy some cleaning things, done some cleaning and some laundry stuff, just tidying, cleaned out the rabbit cage. It's just been one of those days. And then in between like each task, basically I hurt my like ankle last night on the dishwasher, but the thing is, yeah, and so it's basically really sore. So between each task I've been sitting down and reading and finally finished this. But let's talk about the book. I gave it 3. It just took me so long to actually get into. I reckon I was maybe that far in, like it was before today, so maybe like 60 pages in, and I called it, like I knew who it was. There was a couple of like minor surprises, but I literally knew who it was like straight away, and I was really waiting for it to be a big twist, and it wasn't. It was still the same person, but yeah. Oh well. I don't think I'll continue the series. Maybe if I magically like reduce my TBR down to like 0, then maybe I'd pick it up, but I don't know, it was a bit of a disappointment. I think I really thought it would be something I loved because I quite like the Truly Devious like books, and it's kind of that sort of vibe. I like To Study in Scarlet, like the actual book, which I have. Anyway, it's down there. Yeah, so this is a bit of a disappointment. Also, it's not like anything to do with, well, it is obviously something to do with Studying Scarlet, but like it was nice that it wasn't like a retelling, but it was like a nod to all like the different like cases, if you know what I mean. So it's not, yeah. So it kind of referenced the cases, they were like staged like them, but it wasn't like it was a retelling, if that makes sense. But yeah, it was okay. 3, I have nothing really more to say. It was fine. And I feel like this is going to be a very short video because I completely skipped over the book that I actually really enjoyed. Like I didn't vlog any of my experience of the book that I really actually enjoyed. So I'll quickly grab the 3 books, give another summary, and yeah, we'll go from there. So the first book I read was Margot and Me by Juno Dawson, which I think I gave 3.5. Then I read Starry Eyes by Jen Bennett, which I gave 4.5. And then I read Studying Scarlet by Brittany Cavallaro, and I gave that 3 stars. So from bottom worst to best on top, I wouldn't, well, it wasn't, they're not bad books, but I'm very grateful for Chloe to put a lot of words. I'm very grateful to Chloe for picking books that have been on my TBR a very long time, because these have all been on my TBR like years. So I'm glad they got off, and it also got me reading physically more, because I didn't really have like, oh no, I had the audiobook for Margot and Me, but I think recently I've become so dependent on audiobooks. It was nice that I actually physically sat down and like used my eyes properly for like chunkier books. Like this is 400 and something pages and I read it physically. And I don't know, I think I just got it in my head that anything above like 350 pages, like I can't read physically. I have to have the audiobook to help me. I don't know why, but I'm changing. But yeah, so those 3 are off my TBR. I think I've decided I'm definitely unhauling Margot and Me. Definitely keeping Starry Eyes. I haven't decided if I'm going to put this on my Vinted yet. It was a gift from Lauren, so I'll definitely keep the gift note, but also it's so nice and floppy. Actually, I probably will unhaul it, but like it is so, I was literally just balanced it open while reading like that, like it didn't close. But yes, so that wraps up my kind of Chloe picks my TBR video. This was definitely a trial, and I know it wasn't the best start to this like kind of series that I want to do, but I enjoyed it nonetheless, and I read some good books, and you know, ultimately achieved the goal of removing books from my TBR. Unfortunately, one didn't count towards Vampire Diaries Readathon because I did finish it today, but hey ho, I tried. I did try. It's just been a very hectic month of moving. That wraps up this vlog. Because my favourite book in this video was Starry Eyes, please give me a star emoji in the comments if you're still here. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe if you're new around here. I do appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you soon with a brand new video. Bye.